what's going on, YouTube? This is P from PBK, and I got a Ouya the other week, which I believe I told you, but I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, this time I'm not going to really do a review. I've changed formats again, too, trying to make this stuff easier. But basically, got a Ouya, play some games on it. Really, I got it hoping that it would have some apps that would maybe make it more like a Roku, but that's another topic. Anyway. I got I think 6 games or so to watch, so go ahead and just sit and watch gameplay on them and enjoy them. Remember, these are pretty much Android phones because it's the Android console, so that's what the Ouya does. I'll probably get into it a little bit deeper in a later episode, or more in this later episode. I haven't decided yet, but enjoy.
Warning, incoming. Warning, incoming. Warning, incoming. Special weapon charged.
Okay, this time around I have a versus with Lobo versus Sabretooth. This one should be an interesting matchup, although there was a previous matchup with Lobo and Wolverine, which may be somewhat one-sided. But just pretty much to go off the top of this one, we're going to go ahead and go through the powers, starting off with Lobo, the main man. Okay, pretty much Lobo is a DC character, and he basically is a vampire bounty hunter alien thingy. Yeah. From what I understand is he does have the ability to scale up and do various things, and Facebook is killing me at the moment, but he has the ability to scale up and do a handful of things because he's actually gone toe-to-toe with Superman. But his ability list basically is notably short, but actually pretty good. Well, number one, he's proficient with various weapons and whatnot. Both of these guys are soldiers, so, you know, that's kind of a good thing. Starts off, he has superhuman sense of smell, strength, stamina, and durability. You know, the usual superhuman things. Regenerative healing factor, which means that he can basically regen, you know, that whole Wolverine, Deadpool, Sabretooth thing. And then immortality and also genius level intellect. So it means he's really crafty and can probably come up with Reed Richard-like things on the fly, only without necessarily the time and ability to go necessarily build it right away. I think that's what that means. I'm not 100% sure. The immortality thing actually is an extra kicker, though, because that basically means that he's not technically immortal like Wolverine would be. He would imagine he'd be actually immortal. I think that may make him immune to vaporization, but I'm not sure, because it means that he probably can come back from nothingness like literally not even one cell needed to survive one per se nothingness. I'm not sure, but that is Lobo, and he's kind of like the Deadpool version of Wolverine. Is kind of a good way to sum it up. Has a really nice motorcycle, space cycle, and pretty much been known to wreak havoc. But pretty much his verses is kind of on a day-to-day thing, so but it is what it is. But now, moving on to Sabretooth. Pretty much Sabretooth, creating the Weapon X project. Pretty much has big beefs with Wolverine. Has regenerative abilities and such and whatnot. But you know what? Let's go ahead and go through his ability list. First up is regenerative healing factor, superhuman strength, senses, stamina, agility, reflexes. The same basic superhuman package. Resistance to telepathic assault and control. Retractable claws and sharp teeth. And pretty much extended longevity due to healing factor. So he is not immortal, but it's going to be pretty hard to kill him. Usually the way that I say this is pretty much vaporization. Now, with this being said, this one kind of almost seems like a semi-no-brainer to me. But the thing is that hands down, people feel that Lobo would win if it's like Lobo versus Superman status, which I give him that one. But also at the same time, too, common day, usual normal powers, nothing special going on. It's close. I don't know if Lobo has a vaporization weapon per se in his weapon arsenal, but also, too, he could also be destroyed by something similar. So, with that being said, this kind of comes close to being a tie. But I'm probably going to have to give it to, I'm going to have to give the win to Lobo, although my preference would be Sabretooth. And my reasoning why is Lobo can come back from vaporization, possibly. Now, I'm going to have to look that up to be sure. And if I have that in the notes, then that will change it where it will go back to Sabretooth. But Sabretooth is probably more likely to snatch the gun away and use it against him, because that's something he don't mind doing. He doesn't mind destroying stuff, and he has the ability to basically destroy a great deal of weapons. However, if Lobo was able to get, per se, that, Mazare sword? There's a particular sword that pretty much all the Weapon X people are weak to, for the most part, because Deadpool used this thing to kill them off in the Marvel, and Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe. That slows down the healing factor, which basically renders them killed, so to speak. But, that's about the only way I can see Creed being taken out. But if it was just a quick brawl fight, I pretty much would give it to Creed. For a longer, extended fight, though, that's probably Lobo. So, conclusion, Lobo would win, but it would pretty much be, there could be a surprise upset from Sabretooth. So I can't, this is one of the few ones I actually have to say, this can't be necessarily hands down, but I'm going to give it to Lobo. Said and even explain why. Now, once I check out this vaporization thing, because this comes up in a lot of conversations between me and the fellas, we'll be able to kind of say for sure, does immortality actually trump vaporization, or does vaporization actually trump immortality? And that's probably a whole nother discussion to have amongst yourselves. But that's it for verses this time around. So I'm guessing the next thing I got left is movies. Okay, I only got 2 movies for review this time. I watched a movie called Hybrid, also known as Super Hybrid some places. And I also watched half a Manhunter, but I'm not going to talk about that one. But the other one I watched was Without Warning. Thank you, Facebook. So, let's get this started. To start off, first movie, let's go ahead and talk about Hybrid first. Basically, this one is about, it's a car movie. It's a car killing people movie, so it's a horror movie. Basically, this car goes around stalking people and killing them, and it gets in this horrible wreck and ends up at a repair shop. And at this repair shop, it starts killing the repair shop crew, slowly but surely. Basically, the workers at the repair shop have to basically try to trap it and actually end up killing it. Now, with that being said, there is a kind of messed up twist at the end where they get their points for that. This movie is not completely a horrible movie. It's not something I'd go pay money to see per se, but it's not unredeemably bad. It did have some good qualities. Like pretty much it actually had a somewhat decent actor in it. It's of decent quality and look and such. I kind of like the effect when you find out the car is actually not a car. It's a predator that has learned to camouflage. That's the big twist of the movie, but not necessarily a big reveal. Because seeing the thing is actually part of it too. In all honesty, I just kind of ran through a quick synopsis of it where it sounds less interesting than it actually is watching it. Once you kind of start watching this, like some of the old 80s movies, you start watching it, you got to see all the way through it, even though you know it's hokey and silly. And that's kind of what happens. So that part I definitely do enjoy. You can definitely go down the list of who's going to survive and who's not, because that is definitely part of the fun. Ooh, excuse me. So that one's worth checking out if you come across it. You know, don't pay too much for it, like maybe a couple of bucks or so. And then that brings me to my next one, which is definitely a B movie of the week type of deal. It's called Without Warning. Basically, this is strangely like a Predator predecessor, actually. It's an alien that's hunting humans for sport, basically. It's pretty much small town, middle of nowhere in the country. And, you know, we have a crazy sergeant in there. We have a bar scene, and we have an Indian as a Native American man. Pretty much keeping everything going as far as the story and plot goes. And they bring in some additional twists to the main storyline, but long story short, we followed these 4 kids into the adventure, so to speak, and they're just pretty much going out to camp out and whatever at a lake. But for the most part, there's something strange going on at the lake. Nobody per se wants to go into details for the couple of people who literally know that there's something going on. But first things first, this thing kills people quickly and is very effective at doing it. It has this what made this movie memorable for me was the weapon he uses. It's basically like this parasitic disc that has like teeth on it, and pretty much they like stick onto the person and chew into them, and apparently infect and acidify their blood as it goes too. So that was an interesting addition to it. So it's crazy, but pretty much because it's basically 80s movie and whatnot, they are able to destroy the alien. They basically do so by blowing him up. And how they do that is kind of cheap, but also too, once you see the alien reveal too, it's kind of it's so of an effect. and whatnot. Because the only thing that's really scary about the alien is he's really tall. Pretty much the biggest problem that I have with it is, with an 80s budget, this is like a 50s alien, big-headed gray type of deal. So I wasn't really impressed with the look and whatnot, but then again, with his capabilities, because he's just throwing all these parasitic discs at people and whatnot, it makes it for an interesting movie and such. And the guy who's the lead wrote, his character is just as dumb as bricks. Nice guy though, but just as dumb as bricks. And he's basically got his hippie female friend with him, so it is not horrible. It's fun to watch and fun to see, but it's definitely one of those popcorn movies with a friend and y'all making fun of the movie as you're watching type of deal, or with friends, because it's that kind of funny. But it is what it is. So that's pretty much my movies for now and such. I haven't had a chance to go watch anything else yet, or rather, if I have watched anything else, I don't remember what it was. Oh, wait. That's right. I also watched Jack the Giant Slayer. Yeah, I forgot about that. My bad. Long movie. Longer than I expected, but it wasn't bad. Jack the Giant Slayer is basically kind of like the Hansel and Gretel. It's a retelling of Jack and the Beanstalk. Honestly, the way it plays out, I didn't have much of a problem with. I love the fact that they have added, because in the story I was told this was not in it, the crown that basically controls giants because it's made from their stone heart of a fallen giant. That was a nice twist. So it brought resolution to the movie. There were an army of giants, not just one giant, which also was different. The beanstalk pretty much can be grown from just one bean versus a group of beans, as is always suggested from the story. So there were some nice little changes like that and such, and the story behind it and whatnot. It's also a very entertaining film, popcorn movie, something probably to watch for the kids, but they do have some moments where it gets a wee bit adult, but it's nothing that you couldn't take your kids to, although they do have some very interesting moments that are semi-questionable. But it's not bad. You might want to pick that up for like $15, maybe 20. But all in all, it's not horrible though. I liked it. And that wraps up the movies, so I'm gonna go ahead and call it. Pretty much, if you get this all as one big episode, that's cool. Beyond something, I'm probably getting ready to break all these up into little singles and separates again. But it is what it is. Later, folks.